Hello and welcome back to episode 23 on the Lotus SMP. So I'm going to start this episode off with a little bit of a story. If we open tab, this person up here, I wish I could move my mouse and have tab open at the same time. It's so annoying. Mr. Bisonism. This man, Mr. Bisonism, has been buying something from me for quite a while now. I believe it's been like a month now where he's just been constantly buying it off of me. I mean, as well as Cub. Let me just run up here. Not Cub, Pug. Nope, that is the wrong name. So if I take a look right here, let's just go through. Yep, he has purchased nearly all of it again. Yeah, I'm just kind of keeping these diamonds in here. At this point, I'm not restocking my shop at the Sky Mall anymore. I'm just letting Bison come up and buy it whenever he needs it. He has been needing an absurd amount of nether quartz, and I'm pretty sure that's probably what he's AFKing for right now. And currently, like, the nether quartz situation on the server is really subpar. You know, it's just another one of the things that needs help with. So I am going to do best I can. I've already been supplying it quite a bit in the nether in my little bit. I need to step it up a bit. I could be supplying more and better. So my original goal today was to build like a stacking raid farm type bit, and you know, I was going to do that, and I was going to get a whole bunch of, I believe it was like mason villagers or whatever, just to get the block, the smooth quartz block, and then just regular quartz I'll leave for the, you know, the trading thing. But then my brain started going, right? And I was looking at the tutorial on how to build it, and he's like, oh, you need some 1,000-something building blocks. And I was like, okay, some 1,000-something building blocks, let's see what I got. So, of course, incredibly easy building block, cobblestone. I have a never-ending unlimited supply of it, but I just don't like the way it looks. It's ugly and disgusting, and I need to get rid of this guy. I really do. You know, that wasn't part of what I was trying to say, but I hate this. This looks disgusting. And that plays into what I want to do. You see, I love smooth stone, and if you watch my ultra hardcore series, I used a lot of smooth stone just kind of for building farms and stuff. And so I want to use smooth stone for the raid farm as my, you know, like junk building block and stuff instead of cobblestone. I got tons of cobblestone. It's just one step up. Calcite. Bison. Bison needs calcite now. Only one thing at a time, Bison. One thing at a time. I'm working on quartz right now. I'll work on calcite. I won't work on calcite. I don't want to. So as my plan was originally to go and build, you know, the farm with the villagers so I can get a bunch of quartz, the plan has shifted slightly to we're building a smelter setup this time. We're finally getting around to building an actual decent smelting setup instead of that stupid business down there. I hate that guy. It's disgusting. So I'm going to actually be taking y'all's advice this time and power it using lava. You know, last time I was like, oh, it won't work. I looked into it. You know, I did my bit of research, and I think this should turn out nicely. So we have this lava farm here by K1 Inc. It's absolutely incredible. I'll show it off in a minute. And we have right here the old smelter that I used in my hardcore by Shady J. It's a very nice one. I love it. And so I've gone and I stitched them together in such a way that if I need lava, I can come right up here. And all I really need to do is I click this button. It'll feed me with buckets. I take the lava, and then the lava gets sent. It goes through right down here into a chest. It fills up my system. When the system's full, it turns all of that. Oh, what was there? It turns all of that off, and then the buckets are fed into the system. They're put down here into the furnaces. Whenever the furnaces are done smelting, the buckets come up here, get sorted off. The items fall down here. The buckets go up there, across, and then back into the bucket, you know, distribution center in the machine. It's all nice, and really all I need to do every once in a while is come up here and just hold right click for a little bit, and that should supply us with all of the smelting that we need to smelt incredibly fastly and you know, with an incredibly wasteful, you know, method. So now let us run a little test where we come here, we click the button, we hold right click right there, and all of the buckets that we get should pop out, and they will fall right down in here, and then after a little while of waiting, they will very slowly work their way down. And then they fall, we wait a little bit, the lights turn on, the alarms start blaring, and the machine should turn itself off like it did right there. We can go ahead and drop our buckets down in here, and we go down to the bottom. And our items are all filling into here, you know, slowly dropping through. It's just one of the issues with the design, one of the little quirks, this silly little cobweb, but it is what it is. Once those are done, depending on how quickly you were able to react to the alarm, you might have a couple left over, but they'll get put in, and now all of this is all set up to begin smelting. And then of course, unfortunately, the world download for this whole furnace had everything absolutely full of charcoal. So I can show it on this furnace enough. Basically, if it loses its lava bucket, we'll put in an oak log. We put an oak log in there. The lava buckets get used. It gets refreshed with a new one. In here, there should be one missing now. I don't know why there's not one missing. But what we do have is right here in a second, this should fire, and we should see our bucket go climbing up. There it is. It fired, and bucket. There we go. And bucket is right back in there, ready for me to stand there and right click with. I keep just running in instances when I need to smelt, and you know, I'm using this as an excuse to do it. Here's where I plan on building it. I hope I've given myself enough room to decorate it later. I don't have any decoration plans in mind, but I do know the general shape that it's going to take up, which is, you know, this box that you see right here. So hopefully this area has enough room for me to extend out the sides a little bit to add all these other fancy little elements I like adding to the edges of my squares. So I guess I have nothing left to do right now than quite a bit of digging so I can fit this in here. So I will be right back. Okay, we are dug. This should be a decent enough size to fit it, and I'm pretty sure I've got the floor right, so you're going to walk in and you're going to walk along here. Hopefully, I don't need to dig more out of the floor, but if we now take a look at the material list, we need a lot of stuff. Unfortunately, I made a bunch of it out of smooth stone, and you know, these aren't the final blocks it's going to be made out of, but I'm just going to build it with the ones that I have here and then come back later and replace it with what I want because I just want it up. I just want this built. Okay, if we take a little bit of a look here in the material list, we have everything we need except for, like, you know, except for the hoppers. Shoot, wait, I completely missed those. Okay, well, I'll have to go get those. Hoppers and the water buckets, I don't care. Those are easy to get. And there's also, I could have sworn, yeah, lava. I need 312 lava. That's a lot. I think I'm just going to build it and then get the lava if I need it. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to start building it. So I'm going to cut a time lapse there. But before I do that, I need to get all those hoppers that I forgot about. So let's build it. I'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Incredible progress done. I love it so much. It only took me like an hour and a half, I think, after it was all designed. Building it only took an hour and a half. Putting it together was a huge pain. And I think it turned out all right. You know, gathering up the lava after all this business was, or while this business was being filled in, was very fun. I love exponential growth. It's one of my favorite things. So none of this is filled in yet. I'm not exactly sure if it works. Like, we don't have any of the stuff in there or anything. So I can't actually test it to see if it works. I don't want to. I don't want to clog up the chests and stuff, or like the furnaces and the other business. So I'm going to go upstairs. It shouldn't take too long at all. And I'm going to fill it all up. I'm going to sit up here and I'm going to fill it up. And once we're done with that, we can run a little bit of a test. Guys, I cannot underestimate how absolutely swimmingly this has gone. It was so easy. I just sat there, right-clicked, F3T, and then just like tapped out, and I just waited. And as you can see down here, if I don't fall all the way down, these two guys are stopped. I realized, I forgot one of the other issues was just like the whole detection system to shut it off was broken, and that's one of the other reasons why I didn't go with lava. But I realized that I could just like stick it back here at the very back on the very last one, and then everything would work perfectly, and all of these should be completely full. So now, as the final test to make sure I did everything right, let's see, all of these are 16. Nope, that's a 2. Okay, gonna make sure I have 4 slots open up there so that the buckets can come in. I have us a stack of cobblestone. I'm going to dump the stack of cobblestone right here, and now everything should work perfectly. Please do so. Did it work first try? Not one bit. Not a chance. I definitely have not spent the past 30 minutes trying to debug this thing, but it should work. It should be just fine. There were issues all over the place, but stone in there, it should distribute all of it and turn it to smooth stone. Now, unfortunately, these like this half of the furnace, all of the furnaces like on this side were already activated, and you know that is no end in sight. So we're only going to see 32 buckets appear up there, but that should be all right. You know, I've seen the other ones go through. So if we come up here, we should see 32 buckets, and they're coming through already. We look right in here. I can't be too upset at like lossy buckets because those are super cheap and easy to get a hold of. But I'd really like it not to be. Did they happen? No, they didn't. Well, all those end up in there, which is perfect. I just really don't know where they went. Whoa, look, it works. We have all of them. It works. It works. Well, I think we can call this a complete success. Everything went perfectly, exactly how it's supposed to. I freaking love this thing. It looks so beautiful. It's so, I don't know, it's just like, it's so good, it's so nice, and this will more than solve our smelting issues. Like, I just, right before I started this clip, I threw in 2 stacks of stone, and they smelted so quickly, so nicely. I love the combination of these machines. It's so nice. They work together so well. I think we can get around to decorating it next episode, though, because I have spent all of the time that I can spend on this episode on this bit. Well, that is just about all I have time for today. This video is already coming out a day late. It might come out 2 days late, depending on how editing this goes. But I hope you enjoyed this. This took quite a bit of time and a lot of my brain to figure out how to put all together. I'm not the biggest redstone genius, but I can figure a couple things out, a couple little, just like minor life improvements that makes all of this work together so nicely. Next episode, I definitely have plans to decorate this thing. I definitely need to decorate this thing. It is a necessity. It looks atrocious in my area, and I think I can put together something that'll look pretty cool. So that'll be the plan for the next episode. But for now, the plans are to end the episode. So I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Oh, what the heck? Let me try that again. And goodbye.